Hey everybody, it's a Crazy Part again, and today I got a little discussion I wanted to share with you. Now, this is kind of coming after Gamescom and everything, but first, before I get into that, Gamescom was absolutely amazing. If you did not watch Gamescom, it was. I don't even know how to explain it because at the start of the Xbox conference, um, it was it was they were presenting games. It was nice. What was it? Sunset Overdrive comes out. They present something, and just a kind of a bunch of stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. But then you know what? Bonnie Ross comes out and just steals the freaking show, and that is no joke. Halo just I don't know. That was the show, in my opinion. What they presented, and then they went into so many awesome things. I mean, we just got a real treat, and then they strode the Halo 5 Vidoc, which was amazing. I just couldn't believe it. They said so many wonderful things like fair starts and stuff like that. And they didn't go into a whole lot of details on anything yet, but I can understand that. I really do. But I was really excited to see something for Halo 5 and a lot of good things. The Halo 5 beta, they talked about that a little bit. Starts on December 29th, which is it's coming up. I mean, it's kind of weird to think about that, but we are actually getting pretty close to the release of this game, and it's just going to be amazing. I got a lot of stuff planned for that time. It's going to be very good stuff. But on to what I wanted to discuss today, and that was DLC. And the reason I want to talk about this is Bonnie Ross, after the show and everything else, is that she tweeted out something along the lines that DLC, ask us again once we present our final two maps and see what you guys think. So this basically says DLC is not ruled out in the next year. Now, I have my opinion on this. I really don't want DLC, and I say this in a way that I have a very valid reason for. The reason I say this, and it really depends on how 343 packages the DLC. Now, to reiterate, I'm going to go through a brief history on DLC so you kind of remember how it worked in the past and where I think it would be amazing in the Master Chief Collection and, of course, into the future Halo 5. All right, Halo CE, there was no DLC. There was absolutely none. What you got is what you got. Now, you could have bought the Halo Custom Edition version. What that basically meant is you could create your own maps. And that's fantastic. That's great. But as for actual DLC, there was absolutely none. Now, Halo 2 had, in my opinion, the best DLC package. It really did. First thing they had was free maps. They had, I think, I had a couple free maps, and of course, the best part about this, the Halo 2 DLC, is that they would be able to give out the maps, the map gets released, you buy the maps, and you basically have exclusive or timed exclusive to that map pack. What that means is that while you're getting better and learning these maps and getting to know all the ins and outs of the maps, those that didn't buy it are going to have to wait because Halo 2, they gave out the maps for free about 2 to 3 months later. I'm not sure the exact time. So everybody had the DLC, and then the playlist were required to have the DLC to play in them. So you got to play all the DLC all the time, but those that bought it early, they got a distinct advantage over those that waited because they were easily know the maps and could outstomp those that didn't. And so that was a great feature, at least I think so. Now Halo 3 worked a little different. They absolutely didn't go into a free giveaway type of DLC, but they had a population high enough at that time where it really didn't matter. I mean, you got to play the DLC all the time, and then the playlist gradually, and I remember this specifically, they would gradually add this map pack is required, this map pack is required for this deal or for this playlist, etc., etc. So down the line, if you played in it, you had the DLC and you could play all those maps that you paid for. Now, I think they did reduced like 50% off down the line, so it wasn't a terrible price for people not having it, and so they could get it and enjoy it. However, there is a downside. Now, take a look at the time frame now. The DLC is required on, I think, like just about every single playlist except 2, maybe 3. And the population is so low, if you try to jump into one of those other playlists, you are not going to be able to get a match. It's just the way that is. It's just not going to work. So Halo 3 was good, but I think it could have been better. And Halo 4 and Halo Reach, they went with the other model. Halo 4 and Halo Reach, they said you could buy the DLC and we are going to wait the matchmaking experience for those that have the DLC. What that means is if you have the DLC, the matchmaking system will search for other players that have the DLC as well. But unfortunately, and this is how it doesn't work well, is say if you're in a party, one person doesn't have it, but the other one does, you don't get those maps. You don't get to play them. So in Halo Reach and Halo 4, if you bought the DLC, you hardly ever got to play those maps. Once in a while, if you're in a group with everybody that has it, you might catch some DLC maps, but that's probably about it unless you're doing customs. Now, my solutions. Now, I got 2 solutions. I'm going to let you kind of decide which one you like better, or if you have a better idea than what I have, please feel free to put them in the comments down below. Now, the first solution is very reminiscent to the Halo 2. Now, I say what I think would work really well is use the same model that if you bought the DLC, you basically get early access to the game or to the maps, and you're getting some distinct advantages over those that wait. But then at 2 or 3 months down the road, you give it maps out for free. Now that is going to be amazing because everybody will be able to play those maps after they are released, and then you could have the playlist be required to have them, and it's not a big deal because everybody will have them. They're free. Everyone will get to play those maps. That's what I think would be really good. However, one small change I would like to add. For those that buy the DLC early, have a timed exclusivity to certain cosmetic items. Things like weapon skins. Now, remember, this DLC is all going to be on the Halo 2 anniversary map, so you can do a lot of stuff that you can't do with the other games. You can have exclusive armor sets, exclusive weapon skins, armor effects, etc., 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 but it will only be available during the time that the DLC is not free. Then once it is free for everybody, all that cosmetic stuff is gone. Now, personally, I love cosmetic stuff. I would pay for it, especially in Halo. I love that stuff. I could see this being a real benefit for people wanting that stuff. And then, again, everybody gets to play the maps that they love. Now, the second solution I have is a little less convenient, I think, but I think it works really well. If you remember back in Halo Reach, Halo 2, Halo 3, you had selection items. You could select, I want a good connection for matchmaking. I want people that are chatty. I want people that are quiet. I want people that are skill leveled. I mean, some of the stuff, you had the option to make the matchmaking system search a priority for these items. So it kind of tailor-made your matchmaking experience. Now, why can't we do that for DLC? Now, I think this is probably a fairly decent idea. It's like, say, I buy the DLC and I want to jump into matchmaking. I hit the button that says DLC is required for me to partner up with somebody and to play matches. Now, this I think would work fairly well because you can turn it on, you can turn it off. You're playing with friends, it's not a big deal. If you're playing by yourself, you're going to be able to play the DLC, and that's just how it is. I think that'd be a great idea. It makes the option available, and you're going to get to play those maps you paid for. Now, I personally like the other version better, but this would be a very reasonable solution, I think, for those of us that do take the time and spend the money on those maps that the creators created. So, what are your guys' thoughts? Is this something that you would like, or is this something that I could improve on, or you got better ideas? Please go ahead and share them down in the comments down below. Like I said, we don't know what we're going to get here for Master Chief Collection. We may get nothing for the next year, but we got over 100 maps, so I can't complain by any means. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and of course, subscribe for more Halo good stuff. This is the Crazy Spartan, and I am out of here.